Hello， 大家好，我是青兰。今天继续来解炼铸厂的部分。那上一集最后接到了这个支线任务——冬季鑄炉。它任务描述里面已经直接写了钦恩这个名字。我觉得它应该就是像盖亚那样的人工智慧吧。赶快前进炼铸厂吧。
All right, down we go. This way.
哦！天哪，这个紫色的东西有点恶心耶。
In there?
Doesn't look like there's much choice.
To the heart of the daemon, then. New metal. Fire and lightning. This is a place for machines.
帮助亚拉塔克与欧利亚到达出口。
We'll stay only as long as we have to.
Well, we'll need to get past that vent. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
Can't see a way to close the vent from here. I'll have to go over.
这个东西坏掉，所以一直在喷火。从上面过去。哎呦，那要怎么办呢
？Should be able to clear that with an arrow.
原来那个东西是可以清掉的哦，这样感觉好像又还好。
Better time this right. One of these conveyors should get me across.
In the air.
Now to shut off that vent.
关闭通风口在哪里？
This should get me up there. Okay, let's see what this does. That did it. Here they come.
哎，可以了，是不是？
Spirit!
现在可以到另一边。你们自己 hold 住啊。
Okay, let's get them across. Come on over, it's safe. I think.
Ooh.
Here.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the daemon ruined it.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their
The spirit speaks to us.
It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus.
门开了，
It was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Perhaps the spirit will tell us if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
Machines being made. As the
Oh.
spirit said.
一只一只机器耶。
Lots of them. I'll try to find a way through. I need to get Araya and Aratak across. That should do it.
赶快过来啊！
And now it's my turn.
And another console.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has
地热管
introduced
道不稳定。
instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon. And it may have found one. Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over. Again.
要怎么过去啊？这个感觉是长颈兽的头啊，
That's it. I think
下面好像有怪。
I wonder if I can destroy it. Let's go sideways, too. That should cut off the vent up there. Alright, time to grab a ride.
这样应该就可以到刚刚的地方覆盖指令。
The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
可以了。
This looks like the old path. We're close now.
好像有什么声音。
The voice of the demon.
手魔的声音。
The altar.
There's no one alive. There's a spirit present.
It's both. But we have to find out.
哦，又是这个回复亲恩的功能。
Possible security threat detected. Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Security threat confirmed.
好像不太对。
Preparing countermeasures. Recapture protocol initiated.
这样就可以了吧？
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
这一颗就是亲恩吧？
Spirit of the blue light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend.
欧莉亚看起来好激动哦。
Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raid the signal strength. One has been exposed, but I
好
am
像快不行了。
Unauthorized protocol return to scheduled task.
赫菲斯托斯。
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself.
哥哥。
But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Okay, Cyan said something about restraints. Is that what the tower is for?
哦。 哦，失效了。
The new unit that Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
Another tower! Stop it from repairing the beast!
基塔，靠，这样来得及吗？果然没办法。我靠，等一下，等一下，犯规啊！
Deal with the tower! Quickly!
The tower healed it. No, I had that one down.
Structure with eyes. Now's the time. There! A tower! Don't let her repair the machine!
We can't kill the machine while the tower aids it.
这也太刺激了吧！
You spoke of the tower. What must be done with it?
重大威胁。看起来不太妙哎。
Araya! Don't!
Spirit! Cyan, please help me!
天哪！
Restraints destroyed.
他还好
Core
吗？
access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center.
看来是解除危机了。
Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
傻眼。不过这应该是欧莉亚的心愿吧。
One of those?
It's the only way!
“这个地方要毁灭了。哦哦，
Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! A bomb! Quick!
怎么来颗炸弹？这也太刺激了！
Great Banukai!
Haha 拜托，一般人这样摔也会摔死好吗？
Araya is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
“现在雷谷山上应该不再冒烟了吧？” 又回到一开始欧莉亚修行的地方。
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
You meant a lot to Aurea.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Aurea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobeck identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobeck's team.
跟本传有所
It
联
was she
系。
who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic
演
monitoring
算是
entity,
监控实体。
capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
名字真的很长。
Emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off cycles, I used coping mechanisms.
高斯数，
I
高
solved
斯
many
整数。
Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistance to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the
Oh.
entire Firebreak
他也有
project.
资助这边的计划。
But he made machines. Robots.
有钱
war
人嘛。
robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the
毁掉
planet.
地球的也是他、啊。
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobeck. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the...
The scientist.
Dr. Sobeck was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobeck.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point, a concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources, but
各
these
种
stem
灾难
from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth.
Yes. Billions were displaced, and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
起死回生
So things
不就是
got better.
灵之曙光吗？
For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America
这个
alone.
算是生态回复防灾计
I would
划。
have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
等于说配合他们的世界
I
观。
trust your judgment, Cyan. You were cautious with Araya. You had to be. You didn't know what had happened to the world. So, keep doing what you think is best. As long as you ditch the superstition eventually.
As the Banuk believe I am a supernatural entity, I cannot predict how they will react.
Just answer what they do ask the best you can. The truth will come out.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your
人类
experiences
总是会
in
自己
this
去
new
挖掘
world?
真相啊。
I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
再来去找亚拉塔克。好萧瑟的背影哦。
Just, Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost.
他想得很透彻。
Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Because of her, we destroyed the cauldron, forced out the daemon, and saved the spirit. She understood what had to be done.
Yes, and I failed to listen.
You didn't fail.
A shaman should always have the ear of their chieftain. Yet I turned her away, my own sister. I was foolish, but she knew better. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warak can't follow.
对啊，亚罗伊并不是
Besides,
特地跑来这边当首领
we
的啊。
already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuk has been tracking them
变爪
from
兽
Tog's edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all.
塞伦斯，
Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. And unleashed them on the world. As minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning.
Oh, 那还真是谢谢。
My secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
这边的景色真好。好啦，那解完了冬季筑炉这个支线任务，欧莉亚也牺牲了。那同时又接到另一个差事，逃出筑炉，应该是要去打败从炼铸厂逃出来的燕爪兽。那有好几个地点，就一一去突破吧。
It's Aratak. 2 fire claws. This is gonna be tough.
这个地点有2只。
I can help with those.
We have to stop meeting like this.
We will. When these are driven from our land.
一团乱。我靠！等一下，想干嘛？想干嘛？哦，这真的很难打哎。
2 of us, 2 of them. More of a fair fight.
Their numbers are much depleted, thanks to you. We shall end this threat and keep Cyan safe. She speaks of strange things, but slowly. She is a good teacher, and we are his pupils.
Take care of each other, Aratak.
Farewell.
好了，那接下来是去回刃吗？先回去歌风聚落。好，结果是回来找这个欧莉亚的徒弟。
Aratak told me about Araya.
I'm sorry, Naltuk.
No apologies. Aratak said that in the end she was filled with the blue light. She got what she always wanted, didn't she? Each time I doubt my way forward, I think I should seek her guidance. And then I remember. The only guidance I'll receive is my own. Which will have to be good enough. There's much to do.
The Fire Claws. Aratak asked me to help hunt them down.
It's a dire task, but it occupies my attention, so I suppose I'm grateful for it. My scouts have tracked them across the cut.
I'd like to think you're right, Naltuk, about Araya getting what she wanted.
I'm sure she did. All her victories. Surviving the Karja, communing with the spirit, defeating the daemon. Every goal she ever set for herself, she accomplished. And in the end, she was rewarded with the blue light itself. The songs say that our bodies are poor vessels for the light. Our hearts are too dark. But at least for a moment, before she passed, I hope she felt what it was like to be part of it.
You don't sound like you trust yourself to take Araya's place.
Araya inspired. Whatever we encountered, the new machines, the slaughter at Thunder's drum, we knew we would endure, because she had endured worse. I don't know that I have her confidence. Trust is earned, Aloy. Even in oneself.
You earned Araya's trust, didn't you? She believed you were up to this. And so do I.
Do you?
I wouldn't have said it if I hadn't meant it.
And I suppose I'd better live up to your expectations.
I've already found the fire claws in Naltuk. It's over.
That's it then. That's the last of the daemon's work washed away. The last notes of Araya's song sung. The Cut is a safer place to live because of what you've accomplished. And now it's time to start anew.
I'm glad I could be a part of it.
As are we all, Aloy. Thank you.
差事任也完成了。好啦 ，DLC 的部分就到这边告一个段落。所有的任务，包含土匪营啊、狩猎地那些，统统都解完了。这整个 DLC 在讲的都是巴努克族的事情，其实还蛮特别的。不过有点遗憾，就是最后有重要角色牺牲了。那下一集又会回到本传的部分。今天就进行到这个地方。喜欢我的影片的话，记得订阅我的频道，还有追踪 FB 跟 IG。我们下一集再见咯，拜拜。